This week on Most Craved.
Our favorite Comic-Con announcements from past conventions and what we're looking forward to this year.
And other stuff as well.
I'm having nightmares about that eyeball.
The eyeball freaks me the hell out.
Hey guys, welcome to Most Craved. I'm Jenna Busch with Legion of Leia.
I'm Silas Lesnick with ComingSoon.net.
And I'm William Bibbiani with CraveOnline. Hey, you hear about this Comic-Con thing?
No.
Kind of a thing. We're doing this again. The world revolves around Comic-Con this week, the week prior, and the week afterwards, and then we can all forget about it. But for now, we're focusing on Comic-Con. It's where a lot of the biggest announcements of the entertainment industry get announced, which is how that works. And we're going to be talking about some of that.
Yeah, a lot of the big things that are probably coming this year are casting announcements because DC's pretty much announced their entire slate. So, I mean, I don't know if you could get any more like Warner Brothers DC movies in there.
Right.
Well,
there's still stuff left. I mean, they haven't announced who every like all the major casts, some of the superhero movies. Mm-hmm. There's still stuff to announce about Sandman and Shazam, and there's other stuff to do.
Yeah, I mean, there may be like more information about Justice League and that sort of thing. But I don't know how many huge surprises we're going to get this year.
I think
it would be a surprise.
Fox and Warner Brothers are the two panels where we're probably going to get some big reveals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? What do you think we're going to most likely see?
We'll certainly see stuff related to X-Men Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. I would hope we finally get to see Apocalypse is something that they need to reveal before the film comes out, and this is as good a time as any, especially if we bring Oscar Isaac on stage, and he may even be there for the Star Wars panel as well.
In costume.
I mean, I don't know how practical it is, but yeah, we can all chant En Nurab Sal?
En Saba Nur.
En Saba Nur, that's right.
There you go. There you go. Good. Well done. Well done. They're also working, I mean, they got a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. They got New Mutants and X-Force. They can make some announcements about that. We know they're working on a third Wolverine. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a trailer for that already, just as a big, like, look what we're already doing.
Or if it's announced that it's Old Man Logan.
I also would not be surprised if it's Old Man Logan.
I really want that.
All of the rumor mongers are going back and forth. It's Old Man Logan. No, wait, we're not saying it's Old Man Logan, but it might be Old Man Logan.
I really want it to be Old Man Logan.
I think it's going to be Old Man Logan. Honestly,
so
I think, Hugh Jackman's getting on in years. It's getting harder to pretend he's the same age he was in the original X-Men. And I think they want to send him off. It's his last one. It's the last Wolverine story. Tell it, give him the proper send-off. I think that would be the thing to do.
Then again, though, in some ways, Old Man Logan would be perfect for coming back to 10 years from now.
That's true. That's true.
That's also true, but we haven't really done that much in comics. We do that sometimes in like other action movies. Like they did that with Sean Connery in Never Say Never Again. They just brought that bond back. We haven't really done that with like, Marvel didn't just say like, and we got Spider-Man back and it's going to be Tobey Maguire again. No one asked. No one really wants it. We just call it.
I would have loved that.
I would have loved it too.
It would have been fine with that.
It would have been neat. But what are you going to do? But I think we tend to get really focused on the superhero stuff because it's Comic-Con. But there's going to be a lot of other stuff that could theoretically be announced. And one of the things I'm hoping for, because there's a big legendary panel, because Guillermo del Toro is going to be there, already announced for Crimson Peak, this would be a good opportunity to announce something really cool about Pacific Rim 2, which we haven't heard much about since the announcement. We could have a new title, we could have a premise, we could have a poster, we could have something. Yeah, because that thing's coming in like, what, like 2 years?
I think it's time to get on that path. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, jumpstart the hype machine. And that's not just because I've got a screening of that on Friday at midnight at the New Art Theater in Santa Monica. If you're there, stop by. Travis Beacham, the screenwriter, will be there and we'll be giving out prizes. Plug. But I think it would be cool, and I love that movie, and I think it'd be really fun to hear more about it. Because last year, Legendary really surprised us with announcements that they're doing Kong.
Yeah.
And they're doing like a whole Kong franchise, possibly.
Which has shifted all of a sudden. It's lost some of the cast members, and I'm curious if that's because there's a new direction. If there is, I suspect that's something we're also going to see.
Absolutely.
They did the amazing, we talked about it last week, Godzilla trailer. Something similar to that for Kong would be really cool.
And then for Star Wars, I mean, obviously, I'm fairly certain we'll get a new trailer. That wouldn't really be a surprise.
They said we won't. That it's just going to focus on behind the scenes.
D23.
I think they're downplaying the size of the Star Wars panel.
Yeah, and they'll probably do more things at D23, which is Disney's con, if you're not familiar with it. But if they are going to announce something, it's possible they'll talk about another standalone film. But again, they may save that for D23 too.
I'm curious what you guys have seen in the past that you thought was really cool. Reveals. I remember very well Loki being there. Tom Hiddleston as Loki was a really fun. Warner Brothers has done this thing where they've revealed that there's extra screens. There's a sense of always trying to top previous years.
For me, it was really the actors. Like Loki was a huge thing. Andrew Garfield in the audience.
That was
for
cute.
Spider-Man.
That was a good year.
Ryan, I forget, but this was before I saw the movie, guys. Ryan Reynolds doing the Green Lantern speech. That really was the high point
Of that film.
of that film. Yes.
One of the things we talk about every year after Comic-Con is who won Comic-Con.
Right.
Who won? And as if it's only can be one. There can be only one. Who was it? And the year I always look to is 2013. That was the year that Loki came in costume. Tom Hiddleston took over the Hall H, and everyone on the floor thought Marvel had won because they had done that. They had announced that Avengers 2 wouldn't have Thanos. It was going to have Age of Ultron, and it seemed like a really big deal. To everyone who wasn't in Hall H, Warner Brothers won that year.
Yep.
All they did was come out on stage. We knew they were going to announce Man of Steel 2, and instead they said, we're doing Batman versus Superman, and then they just basically dropped the mic, and then they just walked out. That's all we had to do, and that's all anyone could talk about because no one at home even knew who the hell Ultron was.
Right.
It's really all based on the strength of the announcement. You can have a lot of buzz. I was there the year that they showed the 300 trailer for the first time. Everyone freaked the hell out. We made them show it twice just because we'd never seen anything quite like it. And that was great. But what really, really matters are the people who are only going to hear about a 5-second segment on it on NPR or whatever radio station or whatever, are they going to freak out? That's what really, really matters. I'm going to be excited about Pacific Rim 2. That's not going to win Comic-Con.
Why does the people that experience it the most matter the most?
It's the people because they're the fewest people who experience it.
I don't care what the world thinks at Comic-Con. I'm talking about what I personally was there for. And
exactly.
liked
And
or
very
didn't like.
few people are actually personally there for it. Now, their experience matters enormously to them. That's the most important thing in the world. That's what
But
Comic-Con
this is a
about.
whole marketing argument in a broader sense. I'm saying specifically Comic-Con.
Yeah.
What have you seen that you loved?
What have I seen that I loved at Comic-Con? I mean, the event stuff was really, really cool. The Loki's thing was totally awesome. Never going to argue that. That was badass.
Vikings is having a longboat this year.
I remember
I love Vikings.
My favorite big reveal at Comic-Con was I was there the year they first showed off footage of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. This is back before they had a Hall H. This is actually a very small room, and it was really, really cool. They showed the scene where he got bit by the spider, and we all freaked the hell out, and then they all gave us Daily Bugle hats, and I'm like, this is awesome. They don't give away stuff anymore.
You know what I have that I love is my Rose McGowan as Red Sonja screen printed T-shirt.
Oh, right. I did the press line when she was still talking about doing that. Oh, I'm sad that didn't
I was
happen.
also there the year they first showed footage of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which I didn't even know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
But as we left the thing where they showed footage, they gave everyone a house T-shirt. And I just walked up and I was just like, oh, I don't know, which one's evil? And they said Slytherin. And I was like, oh, I'll take that. And so I still have that shirt. And that shirt was awesome. That's like the first Slytherin shirt. It was really cool.
They don't give away a lot of stuff anymore.
They don't. They used to give away amazing stuff.
I got a Trask hat last year, and I wear it all the time.
You do.
That's really cool.
That was
I
special.
just bought crap last year. All of it.
Like
all
an
the crap.
idiot.
Well, I'll do it again.
Don't buy anything at Comic-Con.
I buy
Wait for them to
everything at
give
Comic-Con.
it to you.
Silas made me buy a giant stuffed narwhal one year. It's true.
How did you make her?
Oh,
It's very easy to get Jenna to
Doesn't have
buy
different-
a giant stuffed narwhal.
You were just
Yeah.
like, there goes a narwhal. And she's like, all right, you win.
I'm not
That is
even sure it
exactly-
went that far. I think it was like, oh, those look soft, and it was.
That pretty much was it. Yeah, that's totally true.
All right, everybody. We'll be at Comic-Con. If you're at Comic-Con, find us. We'll be wandering around. Say
Bring
hi.
Diet Coke, caffeine of some sort.
Bring regular Coke for me because I think Diet Coke is nasty. You can find Jenna at a bunch of different panels.
Yeah, I'll be doing a bunch of panels. 2 on Thursday, Psychology of Cult TV. I'll be doing the Science of Star Wars on Saturday. So I have 2 on Thursday, 2 on Saturday. I don't even know my name anymore. It's just, if you go to Legion of Leia, there's on the top you can find me, and I'm doing a signing at a booth, and so yes, please come say hello because I like meeting you guys.
And I'll actually be doing a panel for Rotten Tomatoes on Friday night at 7:30. It's really fun. Fans get to challenge critics from Rotten Tomatoes and debate them publicly as opposed to just passive aggressively in comments.
It's a great panel.
If you've ever
It's
left
really
me
cool.
a passive aggressive comment, come on down. Yell at me in person. It's way more fun. I promise you. I break like a baby. I will just be bawling, and it'll be great, and you'll feel wonderful about yourself. So come to that. Follow us on Most Craved. Follow us on Twitter throughout the weekend. We're going to have more videos going up all week. See you at Comic-Con.